Swami Vivekananda, whose premonastic name was Narendranath Datta, was one of the most famous and influential spiritual leaders of the philosophies of Vedanta and Yoga. He was the chief disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and the founder of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. He is a major figure in the history of the Hindu reform movements. While he is widely credited with having uplifted his own nation, simultaneously he introduced Yoga and Vedanta to America and England with his seminal lectures and private discourses on Vedanta philosophy. Vivekananda was the first known Hindu sage to come to the West, where he introduced Eastern thought at the World's Parliament of Swami Vivekananda in London, Religions, in connection with the World's Fair in 1896, Chicago, in 1893. Here, his first lecture, which started with this line, "Sisters and Brothers of America," made the audience clap for 2 minutes just to the address, for prior to this seminal speech, the audience was always used to this opening address, "Ladies and gentlemen." It was this speech that catapulted him to fame by his wide audiences in Chicago and then later everywhere else in America, including far-flung places. Narendranath Datta was born in Shimlapalli, Kolkata, India on 12 January 1863 as the son of Viswanath Datta and Bhuvneshwari Devi. Even as he was young, he showed a precocious mind and keen memory. He practiced meditation from a very early age while at school. He was good at studies, as well as games of various kinds. He organized an amateur theatrical company and a gymnasium and took lessons in fencing, wrestling, rowing and other sports. He also studied instrumental and vocal music. In 1879, Narendra entered the Presidency College, Calcutta for higher studies. After 1 year, he joined the Scottish Church College, Calcutta and studied philosophy. Questions started to arise in young Narendra's mind about God and the presence of God. This made him associate with the Brahmo Samaj, an important religious movement of the time, led by Keshub Chunder Sen, but the Samaj's congregational prayers and devotional songs could not satisfy Narendra's zeal to realize God. He would ask leaders of Brahmo Samaj whether they have seen God. Their answers did not satisfy his quest for knowledge. It was during this time that Reverend William Husty, the principal of the Scottish Church College, told him about Sri Ramakrishna of Dakshineswar. Narendra met Ramakrishna for the first time in November 1881. He asked Ramakrishna the same old question he has asked others so often, "Mahashaya, Venerable Sir, have you seen God?" The instantaneous answer from Ramakrishna was, "Yes, I see God, just as I see you here, only in a much intenser sense. God can be realized," he went on, "one can see and talk to him as I am seeing and talking to you. But who cares? People shed torrents of tears for their wife and children, for wealth or property, but who does so for the sake of God? If one weeps sincerely for him, he surely manifests himself." Narendra was astounded and puzzled. He could feel the man's words were honest and uttered from depths of experience. He started visiting Ramakrishna frequently. At first he did not believe that such a plain man could have seen God, but gradually he started having faith in what Ramakrishna said. Soon, the young monk of Bernagore wanted to live the life of a wandering monk with rags and a begging bowl and no other possessions. On July 1890, Vivekananda set out for a long journey, without knowing where the journey would take him. The journey that followed took him to the length and breadth of the Indian subcontinent. He reached Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip of the Indian subcontinent, on 24 December 1892. There, he swam across the sea and started meditating on a lone rock. He thus meditated for 3 days and said later that he meditated about the past, present and future of India. The rock went on to become the Vivekananda Memorial at Kanyakumari. Vivekananda was received well at the 1893 World Parliament of Religions in Chicago, where he delivered a series of lectures. Vivekananda successfully introduced Yoga and Vedanta to the West and lectured around America introducing the topics, 1894–96. Later, he started Vedantic centers in New York City and London, lectured at major universities and generally kindled Western interest in Hinduism. After 4 years in the West, he came back to India in the year 1897. He founded one of the world's largest charitable relief missions, the Ramakrishna Mission, and reorganized the ancient Swami order by founding one of the most significant and largest monastic orders in India. The Ramakrishna Math National Youth Day in India is by way of commemorating him, held on his birthday, January 12. He died 4th July 1902, after a second, much shorter sojourn in the West.